talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and with my feet kicked back, drinking hand, meditate about getting back. Chase good vibes, protect me, tell no lies and keep my peace. I just might have hurt my liver, 7-day bender, yeah, I'm a sinner. Full-time sender, when a chicken dinner. Truth don't bend her, lies, I'm no swimmer. That's this pussy, then my eyes get wide, silent killer. Pride go hide, mood tight like Miller. On my DT shit, blunts feel gorilla. Then I'm stuck in the same spot, work ethic vanilla. At least I'm working, and the road's real rocky, so I'm swerving. Daily hoes coming to, I'm not deserving. Pissed a few too many off, but I'm learning. Burning bridges that burn me. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and
Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome back. We're on a new episode of the podcast. Say hi, every fucking buddy. Say hi, Snapchat. What is up? Episode 9, Authentic Vibes Only. What's up, Jordan? Say what's up, bro.
How you doing?
Sorry guys, I want to throw in a little snap right there. But welcome back. Episode 9, mini series, episode 3, Authentic Vibes Only. Step 3 in becoming your true authentic self. Side note real quick. Look at these. Celsius, right? So this is a weird way to start, but so I put on my Snapchat last week or a week and a half ago advocating for people to start drinking these. And I literally probably had like 10 fucking people slide up and be like, yo, don't drink those. They're bad for you. They're bad for you, blah, blah, blah. And apparently, like, a lot of them people are saying they see on TikTok is bad for you type shit. And like a lot of the same people are saying the same stuff. Like, apparently it destroys your livers type shit. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't care. I'm still going to drink them. They're good. And what doesn't kill you in this fucking world? Everything we drink and eat is fucking not good for us. Even if it says it's good for us, there's still like preservatives and stuff like that. So I'm still going to fucking drink these. And I know they're still better than me drinking like a Red Bull, a Monster, any type shit like that. So yeah, weird side note, but yeah, that's what I want to start with this week. But let's get into it. Step 3 in becoming your true authentic self is building a social support system. Jordan, we always start with you. Go the fuck ahead. Let's hear what you got to say about building a good social support system. I feel like that's a tongue twister. Say it 3 times too fast. Social support system, social support system, social support system. I got it. But what do you have to say about building a good social support system?
So it's actually, we're going to start in a little different ways. There's a video I saw probably a few months ago, and it was basically saying that at the very least, you need at least one person in your corner that's going to have your back and support you 24/7, through your highs and lows and everything in between. And if you don't have that, you're not going to make it in anything you want to do in life. And when I listened to it, I was like, that's right, though. Because imagine yourself like when you feel low or when you're going through some shit and you have to deal with all those emotions and there's no one around there to necessarily help you get out of it. You kind of have to figure it out yourself, and it definitely will take a lot longer to do so, as opposed to you have someone that's going to be there for you and try to uplift you and be like, oh no, like, yeah, you might have fucked up, you might have failed, you might have did XYZ, whatever, but you're still have all these other positive qualities and you're still going to get to the place you want to get to, type of thing. So that's where I just wanted to start it. And the big thing for myself is like,
Wait,
I like to keep my
before you get in, I want to talk about that too a little bit. I saw like the same thing. The same like type quote that, yeah, you always need someone. Sorry, I got fucking blood taken. Ow, I forgot to take this thing off. It's fucking squeezing me. But I saw the same thing about how you want to like, yeah, you just always need one person. It doesn't have to be multiple people. even though it says like a good social circle support system, like multiple people, you for sure, like Jordan said, you just need for sure, like, for sure, you need one person, at least one person that's your ride or die, that's gonna be down for you, always gonna be there to support you, because it does get fucking hard, and it doesn't matter. It could be boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, mom, dad, sister, brother, cousin, aunt, uncle, whatever the case it is, some random you met at the fucking gym and they're just your homie, like, it don't matter. Having that one person is gonna make a big difference in your life, because I won't talk a lot about it, but I'm due to like me being an Aquarius type shit, because I'm into that zodiac stuff, and just my personality. I'm a lone ranger, and I wouldn't say I don't have good support, but I like to keep a lot to myself, and I'm a very keep to myself type person, and just do everything my own. So I do struggle a lot sometimes, and just because I it's not that I don't have the support, it's just like I don't want to ask people for support. But yeah, sorry, Jordan, go ahead. Keep going. I'm sorry.
You're all good. That's the whole point of this show. We just go
Facts.
off one another.
Thanks.
But yeah, so like I was saying, is like for myself, I like to keep my circle small necessarily for those who are gonna know like my day-to-day or things that are going on in my life. And for me, I can count all those
I'm in
people.
that circle.
You are in that circle.
We're more like a straight line. We're not like a fucking circle. It's like me, you. Who else is in there? Because we don't have a circle besides me and you. Like, we don't have anyone else in the group that we talk to about stuff. We're kind of on our own. Like, we have separate circles. We have like me and you, and then I got a different circle. And
Yeah.
then I'm guessing you have another circle that I'm not included in type shit.
Yeah, but even then, like in that other circle, I can count those people on one hand that know the day-to-day, know, how my life's going, things like that. Because for me, it's hard for me to really develop really good relationships, friendships, things like that with a crap ton of people. Because for me, I won't be able to keep up with them and necessarily be as involved, so to speak, in their day to day.
Basically, like last week, just like being present type shit. It's hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to be present when you have a lot of fucking people as it is, but even just having a lot of people, it's kind of harder to weed out good and bad, like you don't know. Sometimes it's hard to tell who's good and who's bad in that circle if you start getting and bringing in too many people type shit. So sorry, I keep fucking interrupting you.
They're all good.
I'm in a fucking, yeah, a real fucking talkative mood today.
Yeah, no. So like for me, I can count all those people on my one hand. And all those people that are there, they've been there for years. Years. I'm talking they've been there for at least 5 years. Some of them have been there for 10 or 12 years.
Damn.
And the whole thing is like being able to have that and know that they had that relationship from when I was younger to where I'm at now, and seeing that with them as well, seeing how they were when they were younger to where they're at now, like a whole journey. It's a whole process, and being able to know that we all have each other's back no matter what. So, for instance, if we are going through something or something does come up or we're like exhausted or whatever, we're not afraid to say that to one another, and know that you're not going to get judged for it, and know that if they do need help or if I need help, like they'll be there and I'll be there, be able to lift each other up and things like that. So for me, I like to keep my circle small for that reason. And I mean, it's worked well for me. Like me and my friends, we don't have any issues. We don't really fight. We don't do any of that stuff. It's more of all positive vibes, getting along, uplifting each other. Side note, I actually talked to one of my friends earlier today. She wanted to open up a finance account for retirement. So we just talked about that and just helped her go through that and what have you. But it's like things like that of having those relationships where you can reach out about anything. It can be personal, it can be just asking questions about finances, it can be just being like, oh, like, is this a good area to live in? Or what are your thoughts on how to find a house? Just like whatever the case may be, bouncing random ass ideas off of one another. That's kind of where I'm at in, my social circle and the way I like to keep it.
No, nah, I don't know why the fuck I'm saying no, but I agree. I I it's kind of weird because, like, um around town especially, but you understand, but you understand the college aspect of it, because I'm gonna talk about this a lot, like kind of weird tangent, but it all relates. So I'm the same in the aspect that like there's maybe like 5, 6 people, 6 at the most, like 5 may even be a lot, that like you said know everything going on in my life, um, or majority of it. There's still some stuff I don't share. If it comes up, it's not that I won't share it, it's just some stuff I don't share. But yeah, I like to keep my circle small too. And when it comes to like keeping your circle small, um, I think there's a big difference between like still being friends and acquaintances with people and just keeping your social, like a tighter social group with like people. It's kind of like there's like a level to it, I guess. It's like
Yep.
acquaintances, friends, best friend type shit, or like best friend, brotherhood, sisterhood, like more like they're like family type, that close. Because there is around town here, just from my parents owning a restaurant, fucking everyone knows me, bro. Like everyone knows me, but they don't know me like that type
Mhm.
shit. But like I'll just have randoms still come up and talk to me, or whoever, or say hey, or even people like that just did it before. Like I know who they are and stuff, but they're not in my social circle. But I still cool. I'll be cool with them. I spread positive and good vibes. Same thing with like people for you and me. Like I said, you'll understand this part is college football. We had a lot of people we knew. We made a lot of relationships. One of those relationships I made, me and you weren't, like I said, I've talked about it before. We haven't always been crazy close since we've left school there. But since we started doing the podcast, we become part of that circle. Like, we've gotten really tight. But only one other relationship I have from there, I would say that I'm really tight with. And that's my one of my best friends, Charlie. But besides that, the rest of them are on that friend level. I'm not an asshole to them. There's no, like I said, ill will, but they're just not in the social circle because yeah, there's just, I feel like, levels to this. You can have acquaintances, you can have friends, you can have certain people like you go out and you talk to every time you go get drinks or whatever the case may be, but they're just not in your super tight knit circle.
Yep.
And I think that's a positive thing. You don't want everyone to be in that circle. Um, and even if they are, um, we'll get into how when it comes to picking who's in that circle, it's really about like bringing attention to who people who in that circle, like you said, you can be true with, and they can be true back to you. There's no bullshit.
Yeah.
And even if they got to say something hard to you, they're going to say it, and they're going to know you understand, because you'll evaluate it yourself, and evaluate yourself as a person and what you need to do to change or be better in those ways. um so the circle, kind of who's in that and what a good social circle would be, is just people that you really enjoy being around. You all create and all give off these good positive vibes, and people you can trust, people you want to give your attention to, people who give you their attention and support, and people that um no matter what aren't discouraging anything you want to do in life. So even if you have fucking big dreams, you got these people that may say, well, that's a tough task, but they're not going to turn you down. They're going to still push you, and maybe even give you ways they see that even though it is such a high or big dream or tough task, that they think that you can make it happen, and they're going to give you their advice and still be supportive, and tell you can reach those goals type shit. So if you want to piggyback off that, and talk a
Mhm.
little bit more on how to create that healthy and good social support system, we could just keep bouncing off that for a minute here.
Yeah. So, the biggest thing is you don't necessarily want to have everyone be the exact same person. At least in my experience, it's you want to have the differences of, what you're interested in, things like that. So you can always have, cool conversations. But
Right.
at the core, you want to have similar values.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't have that, then I mean, yeah, you can still have, a good time with that person, if you're going out or just good conversations, but it's not necessarily always going to equate in, how do I want to say it, like positive energy all the time. Because say for instance, like you're having a conversation and you tell that person that, oh, this isn't necessarily a good idea because of XYZ, and they say, oh no, it's a great idea because this is just whatever, and then they start berating you and trying to be negative in that sense, and it's like, well, what was the point of that if you asked for my advice, type of thing. So that's just an example, but the whole thing is like you want to make sure that your core values align together. It doesn't have to be every single core value, but enough to where you know that you guys will be able to be on your life journey together and kind of elevate each other as you progress.
I think it's I love where you went with that. With values, because that's true. Like I think when it comes to social support circles in who you have in your life and who you have in your tight niche circle, even if it is 10 people, I'm not saying it has to be 5, but or 4 or 3 or 2, you know, like you can have as many as you want, but you just got to make sure that the things align, like Jordan said, and they're not a secret negative person, or they're not being negative, or they shoot you down and stuff. As long as they're supportive for you and they're always supportive in any aspect, then keep them in your circle, you know, go ahead. That's your choice. But I like how you said with values and basically like values and morals compared to like hobbies and differences, because to me, I feel like when it comes to social circle and a good support system with that, you know, we've talked about it, I talk about it, how I'm into like all that, all the fucking like the universe and manifesting. The words fucking slip my mind. um but all that fuck, what word am I looking for, bro? Finish, help me. uh
Positive vibes,
no,
energy.
it's all like it all is in that ball, but that's not the word. Spirituality. But I'm into like spirituality, and when it comes to spirituality, it's about like finding your soul family. And I think when it comes to finding your soul family, those and having like equal values is like the same thing, because you guys view life and view the universe and you view living and how you want to live like in very similar aspects, even if they have differences. But then you guys as individuals have differences in what you like to do as people and what you're interested in and what how you want to reach those goals and what route you want to take and what career you want to take. But you have bigger than the standard living most of the time. You know, you got people that are going to push you to be more than a 9 to 5 type, or if you're comfortable with a 9 to 5, then you'll surround your people. You probably surround yourself with a bunch of people that are 9 to 5, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just me and Jordan, you know, that's part of the thing that we're on the same, you know, we're on the same wavelength, and why we're a part of each other's social circles, because like 9 to 5, we want to escape that shit, whether we both work one now or not. That's not our end goal, and we push for bigger goals. But it's stuff like that. It's like finding your real soul family and having similar values, but then also having all your differences and stuff you like to do. And I'm sure you're gonna have a lot of stuff you guys all enjoy doing too. But it's basically just like in every relationship, you need differences, you need different hobbies and stuff, because it's just healthy. Even if it is just friendships, you know, you guys can't always be together type shit either, even in friendships. We talked about it with relationships, but relationship like boyfriend girlfriend type, having differences is a good thing, and it's the same thing with friendship.
Exactly. The only other thing to add off of that is like if you do have someone, and we talked about this before in previous episodes in this mini series, but like if you have someone that is in your inner circle, but they're bringing a crap ton of negativity into your life, and are always trying to bring you down or shoot down your ideas or shoot down whatever it is that you're trying to do in life, you might have to reconsider them being in your inner circle, because if they're constantly being negative, they're constantly not supporting you, they're constantly not being a good friend to you, then why would you want to keep that around?
Yeah.
You can still be friends with them though. I'm not saying you can't. You can still be friends, but just maybe reevaluate them being in your inner circle.
yeah, it like we said, there's tiers to it, you know. Maybe bump them down a tier, not being an asshole, you know. Oh, you weren't the best friend, now you're just a friend tier. You don't have to cut complete fucking communication off, because that maybe at some point, yeah, if it's still, you know, it gets worse and worse, or they really never change, then I would say you probably should. But it gets really hard when, like Jordan said, there is especially a lot of people in my inner circle. I'm not saying they're negative, but a lot of people in my inner circle are all like lifetime friends. Besides like Jordan and Charlie, like they're gonna be lifetime friends. Like I already know that. But the other like two have been literally friends since like kindergarten type shit, like babies. So and that I think that's how a lot of people are with their social circles, but they don't they're they have a hard time differentiate. I can't fucking say that word.
I
Say
love
it for me.
English.
Differentiating between the good and the negative, even because it's like, even though they're being negative, they've been in my life for this long, so they don't want to walk away type shit. But with any aspect in life, bro, you got naysayers or negative people, you don't want that in your life. You want supportive people, you want people that reach out to you, and you also reach out to them to keep in touch. um the relationship is very balanced in that aspect. Or in when you aren't reaching out, if you have problems like me, my friends understand when I'm not reaching out. Most of the time it's because that I'm going through something, you know. So they'll reach out, because if I go ghost for a long time, like I said, I'm very lone ranger. But if I'm really ghost, I'm not talking to you, I'm either really focused on something or I'm really going through a hard time. So most of the people, I just say most, but like the people in my inner circle will check on me type shit. Um, so yeah, you just don't want the negative people in there, even if they've been lifetime friends. You know, bump them down a tier. Like I said, you don't have to cut them off completely, but if it does keep getting like doesn't get better, then I'm gonna tell you cut them off completely. Even though I just said you don't have to at first, you don't have to, but if it keeps getting worse or doesn't get better, I would say, yeah, you should probably bump them down into maybe the acquaintances. Even that's still not completely, you know, you can still be cordial with these people. You don't have to be fucking assholes to anybody. Even if they're negative towards you, you know. You guys were still friends, and I'm sure they're not negative all the time, but like they're just not fully supportive all the time, which is that's what you really want. It's just support in anything you do. Even if it's fucking this crazy ass dream or anything like that. Um, let's go into the last one. I think that we could talk about it is finding if you really struggle. Sorry, I gotta take this call. Oh, sorry guys, I gotta make sure to say my doctor. Hello? I know we're good, we're good. I apologize, guys. My doctor's been waiting on me. I had a doctor's appointment today. They were supposed to call me, so
Did
but
they not just call you?
no, it wasn't them. It was fucking
Oh,
spam. But it was an unrecognized. It didn't say like unrecognized number. It was just a number that had like the same area code, so I thought it was them. But if you struggle and maybe you don't trust your core family or whatever, or even if you think you have a support system, but yeah, they're not the best, or you don't have a support system at all, there's other options. You can get online, you can reach out to like an old coach, a old teacher, a mentor, and like find a mentor type shit, a person, an elder, I would say, usually an elder of some sort that you always kind of related with, whether it was a teacher or a coach or a friend, parent's friend. That might be a little weird. But just a elder that you respect, and maybe at some time in your life you really agreed with their values and stuff, and just reach out to them and see if I'm you know they're if you were close with them at one point in your life, especially with school or, you know, sports, whatever, they're probably still supportive of you, even if you guys haven't talked. So I'm sure catching up with them is going to be great. And then that can be like a good relationship in your life. And it can be like a mentor for you. Yeah. Type shit. And, having that can be, if you don't have anyone else, that I'm not saying like just use these people for that, but it's basically like adding a friend to the group. They're just older. They're more of a mentor than they are just a friend your age, and you guys are doing the same stuff. It's more of like having an older elder person, older elder. Of course, that's what an elder is. Having an elder mentor that's there, that's kind of been through the experiences already to be there and support you and give you their advice on how to get through the same things. And it really helps if these people are in the same types of field or interests. Like I said, same interests, same field you want to be in, career wise, type shit like that. Um, and even if it's not that, like we always talk about go to a counselor or a therapist if you have to. I mean, that's kind of more serious stuff. I mean, you always want a support system, but that's what those things are there for too. See counseling or a therapist if you need support and you don't have it, you go see these people. It's all okay, and those are parts and can be part of your social support system, because you can build really good types of relationships with therapists, counselors, and like I said, old coaches, old teachers, any type of that stuff. Or it doesn't even have to be teachers. It could be like elders you met through networking in some sort of way. Just always, yeah. That's one thing when it comes to that. Allow yourself to network and basically, like we said last week with the quote of the week, talk to randoms, dude. Yeah. If you see somebody, you spark up a conversation that can end up being a mentor or just like someone that is supportive of you. And it's weird how, like we said, it works. The universe works like that, but it worked that way for a reason.
Yeah. So I'll speak a little bit onto this because, I was blessed and lucky enough to have mentors in many different areas of my life so far.
Same.
Um, so I mean, I guess just starting out, like for me, the way I got my mentors is, well, some of them came from really just speaking to people. But it all really just all of them started from just initially me taking the initial step of introducing myself. Whether that was with the teacher, whether that was with someone that I had a class with, whether that was with someone that I just just saw when we were at an event, people that, I still talk to today. But like it went across a whole bunch of different ranges. So for instance, like I had a mentor in spirituality when I was still in undergrad. Was actually one of my current teachers at the time, and we would just get coffee and just sit down and talk for hours about what's next after life. And we never pushed any religion on each other, but it's more of just our own thoughts and viewpoints. And he wasn't even a religious teacher at all. He was in accounting and taught accounting. But like that type of conversation built a really good relationship. So throughout the term, we would just grab a cup of coffee and just talk and just, talk about life and the things that we learned along the way. So that was that one. I've had mentors in business. I have mentors in scouting. I have life mentors as well along my journey. And for me, out of every single mentor relationship that I've had, it's always been mutually beneficial to where, yes, I'm gaining a lot out of them, but they're also gaining out of me as well. So it's not just me like taking, and giving nothing in return type of ideal. And the second is that I wouldn't be where I'm at today without any of those mentorships. I wouldn't. That's a fact. Because at least for me, having all those mentors in all those different areas of my life have really pushed me and grew me to where I am today. Um, so yeah, like for me, I think they're a really big thing, and it's not necessarily you having to think like, oh, like no one wants to be my mentor. Like, who would want to do that? I don't know a goddamn thing. I can't bring anything of value to the other person. You'd be surprised like what you can actually bring to the table, even if you don't have as much knowledge as the other person does. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah, I'm gonna speak on that because I that's my biggest take off of that is like when it does come to, I already said this with relationships in your social circle and in both parties like equal fucking reaching out type shit. When it comes to mentors, yeah, you can't just be fucking taking from these people, Like
Yep.
don't just reach out because you can get something out of this person. You really do need that equal give and take.
Well, when you reach out, it has to be genuine at first. Like,
Yeah, don't
you know,
reach out just asking for help. Like reach out and literally like try to have conversation with these people, like just a natural, or ask them like a question in their field, but don't just fucking reach out and be like, yo, I need you to do this for me. Like that's not how that's not gonna work out for you. That's not the good way to go about it. Like genuinely try to build a relationship with this person, and then that see where it goes from there, because that's how every good relationship starts, is just like good conversation and just building on relationships. And then that's how you really find out who people are, what you can learn from them, what they can learn from you. And basically, like he said, if you don't think you have anything to give, honestly, if you have a relationship with this person and you build this relationship with a mentor and they start giving you stuff, they're going to change your way of thinking more than likely. And then you're going to say stuff and think stuff and then say stuff to them that's going to give to them, even though you may not think it did. Just by honestly them giving, it may give you more to give to them because they're making you think a different way, or you're learning different stuff, and then your brain starts kicking in the way it should type shit, and then you're giving them exactly what they need based off of what they had said to you type shit. um and I agree with you. I've had many mentors in my life. Most of them have been professors. And I try to keep relationships with them. One of them I haven't been in contact with. I did contact him. Unfortunately, he didn't answer. I'm gonna contact him again because this is my design teacher at my first college. I probably one of the biggest factors in my life in design, and really changing the way I looked at design and shit like that. So like he's a really big mentor in my life, and I want to keep a relationship with him. I went cold turkey like asshole as soon as I left the school. I sent him a very, very long email thanking him and shit like that, and kept trying to keep the relationship on that door open. But when I got caught up at NIU, I hadn't reached out to him anymore. I was just caught up, pandemic shit, excuses. I'm a fuck. That's just me making excuses. I should have reached out earlier. But I know we're gonna rekindle, we're gonna reconnect, because that I know that relationship was genuine, and he's a good dude. And I just want to catch up with him, honestly. Like it has been a fucking while, but that's one of them. I did this program. It's called Startup Term there, at Knox, and instead of classes, it's a um, it's like a business, like kind of like not apprenticeship, but uh, I'm losing the word again. I used to call it something. It's just like a business venture kind of type shit. And instead of taking classes, you create a startup business from scratch, and you have 10 weeks to start it completely from the bottom, and then get to a point, like the end point is have your finished product type shit, and then you pitch it. It's like Shark Tank, but you could start it yourself. Like you can fund it yourself at the end if you decide you want to. But it's like Shark Tank in the fact that at the end you pitch it to uh old Knox alumni, like business alumni that are rich as fuck, that offer money. Unfortunately, we missed out. Nobody in our startup term had gotten money. We missed out just barely. I'm not just saying that. We were literally got told we were the top group. But we missed out because our financials were fucked up, and we got told if we fix our financials that something could definitely come of it. And then the group just kind of fell out because we all had different visions. Like I wanted to keep doing it, one other member wanted to keep doing it, two other members didn't want to keep doing it. One was from England, and he was going back to England after he graduated, so that was causing a problem. The other one was still going to be in school. Me and the other two were going to be in school still, so none of us did want to do it while we were in school either. But it's still on the table. It's still a business venture that I really want to do. I know this is a weird tangent, but whatever. But anyways, Tim, the professor I was talking about, was like our mentor for that, and even like because he knew I was a part of it and he liked where I was coming from, even though the idea at the beginning, it's like the same idea, but it really got like fucking from like it went to left field from where we began at. It was like it's a sneaker like storage unit, right? We saw those fucking things. And he liked that idea type shit. But it really fucking took a turn into the better of what it became, the product. Because I had the prototype here. I'm not gonna show it today, but He was our mentor, and he even pushed for my group to get in there. And then he mentored us throughout it. And he was like one of the professors that ran startup term, but he really just mentored us. Like he stayed with us a lot. He was our group's mentor. He really worked with me on a lot of shit. And then he introduced me to another mentor during that to help build the prototype, Professor Mark Holmes. And me and Mark, he was a really good mentor to me. Another one, equal give and take. Like me and Mark would meet up at the coffee shop, like Jordan said. We'd fucking talk in the wood shop room. Even if we weren't working on the prototype, we just talk about anything, you know? And then I had another mentor that ran the startup term that was a business teacher, Professor John Spatel, another amazing mentor in my life. Wouldn't be where I am without him. And then also Barry Swanson, my advisor. I've talked on him before. Another amazing mentor. You know, like you can build these relationships. It really, when it comes to mentors, it doesn't even start with like you needing something. It kind of starts, every one of them for me has really started with just building a relationship with these professors, and then it turned into more. And then when I needed something, it somehow lined up that it was in their field or whatever. And then they mentored me on that more, and they just like took me under their wing, and we had already had a relationship. So it made it that much easier for them and made them want to help me that much more because I was a genuine person and had good relationships with them. So they wanted to mentor me. They like offered it to me type shit. So it just really, when it comes to mentors, at least every one of that I've had, it just comes to building relationships first. Like Jordan said, don't go into it thinking you're going to just ask this person or use this person for something. Like really go into it and build a genuine good connection with these people, because that's going to make them want to do more for you, and it's going to just make that relationship cooler and tighter and help you out more. I had another mentor, like I said, excuse me. One of my football coaches, fucking Coach Gibbons, that guy changed my life. A couple of the football coaches did, but he was the biggest factor. He really changed my life. He was a great mentor type shit. And then I got another, I just have a lot of mentors, like Jordan said, you know. I got a mentor that I met through just networking through a school project. I knew a designer from Rock Falls that's older than me. He moved to Florida. There's a school project that you had to reach out to designers from companies or any designer type shit or companies or industries you'd want to be working in. And it could be people you knew. And if you knew them, and I knew one, so I reached out to him. He ended up fucking having a fucking 4.5 hour talk that was only supposed to be a 3-question talk that maybe took 10 minutes. It ended up being a 4.5 hour talk. And he's like one of my mentors, you know, like we talk still. We catch up, we text. I have him on socials. I support him. He supports me. And then he, after that, sent me to one of his friends. And that friend is a mentor to me. And that's, you know, and me and his friend, Tay. So the first one's name's Andrew, but Andrew sent me to Tay, and Tay's a mentor towards me. And has even that, after that, just that talk me and Tay had, it was the same thing. It was only supposed to be like 10 minutes, ended up being like a 3-hour talk. This dude offered me a job interview like an hour or a day, I can't remember. It's like an hour. I literally don't think it's a day. It's like an hour after our fucking meeting, he texted me for a job interview at the company he was working at type shit, you know. And that was just off of meeting him one time in building a fucking solid relationship and solid foundation right away type shit. So a lot of things can come from these types. And yeah, just finding mentors, and it can be anyone, bro. It can be random. Just by building relationships, you could find a mentor, you know?
I think that's a great segment into the quote of the day, Mr. Braeden.
Yeah. I mean, I went on a long tangent, but dude, life's crazy, dude. Life's really crazy. When you're building genuine relationships with people and finding a good support system and social circle, life can be crazy, the things that it brings to you. But the quote of the day for today, we'll get into it. It is Barbara D. Angelis says, we need to find the courage to say no to the things and people that are not serving us if we want to rediscover ourselves and live our lives with authenticity. quote directly from one of the articles we read about being your true authentic self, and it goes directly with step 3 here in how we talk about negative energy and people telling you can't do something, or people shooting down your dreams type shit. Tell them no. Like, cut them off. Say, nah, like, I don't want you to be a part of my life anymore. Nah, we're not going to be friends on that type of level anymore type stuff, you know? You don't deserve relationships like that. You deserve full support in everything you do and with everyone in your life.
Yeah, I agree with that. For me, the way I read that and view it is you got to hold yourself to your standards, um, and hold those around you to your standards as well, meaning aligning on values and things of that nature. So, say for instance, someone is being, I guess, very negative, or they're kind of slacking in terms of truly being an inner circle type of friendship, then maybe have like a conversation with them, be like, hey, like, what's going on, type of thing. Because normally you're not like this, but now you switched up a little bit. Like, what's going on here? So for me, it's about holding yourself accountable to your standards, and also holding those in your inner circle to those standards as well.
Yeah. In other words, just say no to fucking people that aren't serving you, and that's one of the things it takes to stay true to yourself. Before we end here, I think I had some people slide up on the story. So yeah, I had a couple people say, yo, what's up? I'm not gonna put names, but had a couple people slide up on my story. So they're saying, yo, what's good? What's up? Everyone say hello. They're all saying, yo, what's good? What's up? They want to talk, type shit. But that's it for this week's episode. As always, I'm gonna say it as always. Thanks, Jordan. Always a good talk. Always fun having you on here. Obviously, you're always gonna fucking be on here. Well, we said you one of us could not be on here a week. We don't know. We could if something comes up, you know, and we have like a guest scheduled or something. Maybe one of us won't be on here if something comes up. We don't know. But you're the co-host. You're fucking my fucking partner in crime. So I'm always gonna have you on here. There's 4 more steps to the mini series, and then, you know, guys, it's fun fucking being on here. And then what makes it even more fun is having guests. So expect after this mini series ends for us to have probably a guest every week for at least the next couple episodes. I mean, I know I've got I think like 4 people for sure, and then there's 2 girls that I don't talk to a lot, but have very like values that are lined up with ours, and what they promote for their businesses that I really want to invite on here. So I got like 6 people that I have in mind, and I know I have 3 or 4 for sure that I've already talked to that are coming on. Jordan, I know he's already got people that have asked him to come on. So just to be expecting to have a lot of different points of view, even though like it'll still be similar. But we'll be talking about a lot of similar stuff, probably like on how they view becoming your true authentic self, like their take on it type shit, blah, blah, blah. But we'll be talking about like their industry, their business, who they are. And then it'll be just all different career paths too and shit like that. So just be looking forward to that. I know it's still 4 episodes away, 5 episodes away, but we're fucking excited as fuck about it. And also, guys, I don't think I talked about it last week, but yeah, we got a drop coming for you guys in a couple weeks. We're going probably mid-April, about around mid-April, maybe last week of April, you know, around Easter at the latest. We'll have a spring drop coming out, and you guys will get some details on that in the next couple weeks. We'll have a 2-week period to pre-order, and then after that, they'll go live. But we hope they sell out on pre-order. Honestly, I know I'm excited. They're dope. I got some work to do on printing them, but just the base shirt by itself is dope. But we're looking forward to doing that for you guys. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thank you, fucking Jordan, for always being here. and we'll be back again next week. See you guys.
I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and with my feet kicked back, drinking hand, meditate about getting back. Chase good vibes, protect me, tell no lies and keep my peace. I just might have hurt my liver, 7-day bender, yeah, I'm a sinner. Full-time sender, when a chicken dinner. Truth don't bend her, lies, I'm no swimmer. Less this pussy, then my eyes get wide, silent killer. Pride go hide, mood tight like Miller. On my DT shit, blunts feel gorilla. Then I'm stuck in the same spot, work ethic vanilla. At least I'm working, and the road's real rocky, so I'm swerving. Daily hoes coming too, I'm not deserving. Pissed a few too many off, but I'm learning. Burning bridges that burn me. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and I don't think I'm special. Everybody around telling me I'm skipping levels. Devil on my shoulder saying trust my ego. Don't trust, never trust that evil. Cause when I did, bender from one sip. Trauma when I was a kid. It all came crashing down, down, down on me. Break me down and build me up. I don't need help, I do it myself. Roll a little loud and lift me up. I'll put you in the liquor on the shelf. I don't really wanna talk when the cap comes off, yeah. I don't really give a fuck, I'ma let you walk, yeah. Let me live my life, I'ma let you do you, yeah. I just wanna have fun and